because they are saying things they know to be false. But you won't find a serving military officer who isn't, executing a disinformation order. Somebody who's going to speak honestly, say, yeah, Russia's losing. Every single one of them is going to say the following: the Russians are winning. The Russians are winning decisively. There's nothing we can see right now that can help the Ukrainians change the tide. We're trying to provide weapons, but that seems to be a futile effort. We are desperate to find an end game. That's the real statement coming from real officers, not these journalists who quote anonymous sources whose sole job is to spread disinformation. Look, the CIA is a broken institution.
All right.
There are junior analysts who are recruited because they have integrity, because they have intelligence, and because they have a certain amount of knowledge about a given subject matter that allows them to come up with sound assessments. But then they write these assessments and they go to middle management. By the time you make it to middle management, you've forgotten about integrity. Now you're just worried about your career. Your career is to get into senior management. Senior management works at the highest levels of the decision makers. And their job is to make the president happy. It used to be to tell the truth to the president. It hasn't been that way for many, many years. It's now give the president what he wants. So the senior CIA leadership tells middle management to put pressure on the junior analysts to produce a product that the president is going to read. The president isn't going to read something that says your policy sucks, everything you're doing is wrong. The president wants to read something that says if you only do X, Y, and Z, you might be able to accomplish A, B, and C. CIA is a corrupted institution intellectually in terms of its integrity. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. And I'll put this out there right here, Judge. Any CIA officer who disagrees with me, I will have a debate with you anytime, any place, any forum. Let's do it.
To confirm that was true.
You know what I'm saying is the truth. They do, but let me tell you about the generals who work for Mark Milley. They're going to keep their mouths shut unless absolutely pressed, because they're approaching retirement age. And when they retire, they need to go through the revolving door and get that wonderful board membership, or get an assignment in corporate America and the military defense, to make sure that they can live in comfort when they retire. Because living on a general's retirement salary isn't all that it's made out to be. I'd be happy with it. It's upper middle class, but they want to live the life of luxury. And to do that, they got to get on the boards. And to get on the boards, they got to play the game. And that's the problem. Is that this game has corrupted everything we do in Washington, D.C., to include the integrity of the generals, who should be telling the president as loud as they can, this is bad policy. But we're talking about Joe Biden. We're talking about the most hubris-filled narcissist in the history of American politics.
Joe Biden.
We know who he is. Trump could make fun of himself. I haven't seen Joe Biden. Joe Biden bristles and gets very, very angry when you challenge him. He doesn't like to be challenged.
Are you talking about Joe or Joe right
now? He's old. Now, I'm not picking on old people, but he doesn't have the energy level that a younger person does, which means he gets distracted, he gets tired, he's not focused. And all of this adds up to the fact that people have to spoon feed him data. One of the things I learned early on in my military career, I was told this by a general: when you're explaining, you're losing. I was explaining something, I was right, but he said, it doesn't matter if you're right. The fact that you're in front of me explaining, you've lost. Get out of here. Nobody wants to be explaining to Joe Biden right now. Winter's going to have some economic and political impact on Europe that's going to be to the benefit of Russia, not the detriment. It's going to be against Ukraine. The Russians have made it clear that this war is driven by operational objectives, not the calendar. They don't care about the calendar. And here's an important thing.